The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Good evening, good afternoon, bon tard.
Boa tarde, bom dia.
Bon dia, bon noite. Yeah, we kind of got into this beforehand. Welcome to another edition of Table Topics. Here with Carlos. I'm going to skip the Wednesday. This show normally is on Wednesday. Right? So if you're watching this on another day of the week other than Wednesday, come back next week for a new show.
Very good. It's been a couple of weeks that we were away. 2 weeks ago, I was in a trip. And last week, we had to cancel because of the storm and the school was closed. So 2 weeks after, we're back. And oh my God, we have so much to talk about. So much happening in 2 weeks.
Well, why don't we talk about first your Las Vegas trip?
My Las Vegas trip. First thing I would like to advise you is if you're planning to go to Las Vegas, don't go in February.
Exactly.
It's extremely cold there. We had a chance to go and visit the Grand Canyon. Was snowing there. Matter of fact, we saw a car off the route because the snow was black ice and was very windy, so it was not the perfect time to go. But the reason I tried to squeeze that trip there was because school vacation, so this way I didn't have to request more days off for vacation. Since I'm going to request already to go to Portugal in a couple of months, so I said, we have a week home, so I'm going to squeeze a trip there. But other than that, I think it was a good experience. I will definitely go back. I was told May and June is the best months to go there because it's not cold and it's not extremely hot because they said August can go all the way 110, 120. So they said the best months to come here is May and June. So I will keep that in mind, and I will definitely go there. I don't know.
The funny part is that you said I've been before twice. I went one time in January. I had the same kind of weather you had. Said never again. Snow.
Yes.
And we had probably, I think, had the same issue. Flew out of Providence, flew into Chicago, then was diverted to Dallas. They had an ice storm. Then from Dallas went to Las Vegas. So I said never again in January. We went a couple of years later in February when you went during school vacation, and it was 70 degrees, absolutely beautiful. So you never know how the weather's going to be anywhere. So.
But so the first flight we board the plane, and then the captain kept telling us that we're going to wait for the weather to get better in New Jersey. The weather is not good in New Jersey. They have windstorms in New Jersey. We're going to wait. Well, the end of the story, we wait 2 hours. Sitting inside the plane. Then we got an hour and 15, an hour and a half flight to New Jersey. We got to New Jersey. We not just lost our connection, we had lost the next flight.
Oh my God.
So now we only have the last flight to Vegas at that point, which was leaving New Jersey at 8:30 at night. And we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave Boston at 2:30. So now we are leaving New Jersey at 8:30.
Oh my God.
So we got to Vegas about 8:30 daytime. Because it's 3 hour difference. Daytime 11:30. So from there, then it was but the good thing about is that, I called the company that has the limo for us, and I notified them that the flight was late. So I gave them the new flight number. They already they right away told me, so you're arriving at 11:20, so we will be there. And very nice. When we came down the escalator to pick up our luggages, the guy was already there with the name, and so it was really, really nice. So besides the weather and the really bad experience going down with the flights, and the funny thing is we got to New Jersey and we asked in around, how's the weather? They said, beautiful over here. We had no problems. There was no problem. So I said, I think they lied to us.
What you had that experience. I don't like flying anywhere in the winter around here unless you're going somewhere warm, because you just get hooked up in some place and it's a nightmare.
Well, I had experiences already. Them to be defrosting the aircraft, putting foam on top of the aircraft so we could take off. I already had experience to be on her way waiting for them to plow the.
Oh my God!
So I had with planes.
Snowed?
I feel more comfortable in a plane than actually driving my car around on the snow.
No, you're right, because you're not doing it and they know.
So
so coming back, what happened? I saw that you said you went to Seattle.
Yes, we went to Seattle. Yes,
Why are
that's
you
funny
way
because they go, instead of getting us closer to us, they fly even worse from us, and that's what I went, but was in time, and flying back we had like a 5.5-hour flight back, which was fine. Now, very interesting. I loved the new strip. With all the New York and
Did you guys go on that roller coaster I recommended?
Oh my God, no!
That was fun.
No.
I had to go by myself, but it was
you
fun.
went by yourself?
Yeah.
That thing is so huge that's like at least 3 blocks. That goes around like 3 hotels, 3 huge hotels.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know how people can go on that thing. But one thing that I felt very happy about was when you see in movies that the people going through Vegas, they're going through that giant Poirier cowboy, right? The Poirier cowboy.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
It's on the old strip.
Yeah. Oh,
they have the
All right,
Poirier
I'm sorry.
cowboy.
Yeah.
That's like something typical that identifies Las Vegas through the movies. I mean, I think it was Dumb and Dumber went through that, and so many movies that goes. So that to me was something that I was looking for going to Las Vegas, because that's what you see on movies. It's they're in Las Vegas because you see all those lights on those hotels, and you see the cowboy, waving. So for me, it was very, very interesting to see how it's no cars going through. I don't know
and you're talking about Old Vegas, where they have the
old
roof
Vegas.
on.
Yes,
see that,
they covered.
I've been there.
Everything.
I haven't been there in so long. That wasn't there. It was all open.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So that's something that happened 20 years. I went there 20 years ago. It was all open.
That's when they do the movies, they drive by those that same streets. So now it's like an inside mall. They covered everything. It's and they shoot things on the sky.
You can do the zip lining.
You can do
that?
the zip lining.
Come on, man! I would have did that.
$54 they were asking to.
Well, you went on that thing there in Arizona. That was like $85 when I went there.
It was closed because of snow. I could not even go on the skylight.
Oh, that crap.
The sky. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm talking about in Arizona at the Grand Canyon. They had the thing that juts out and it's glass.
Yes, they call it the skylight. Yes, that was closed because it was snowing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. See, it was like $85, and I'm like, I'm not paying $85 to
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was 20 years ago, so it was like, wow.
But I sent a few pictures too. We did a couple of shows. We did the Met Apple, which was an MGM casino. So it was good. And then we did the Grand Canyon. And in the morning before we came, because our flight was at 5 o'clock, so we check out 11 o'clock, we put the luggage on the room, in the store room, and then we have the full
do
day.
whatever, yeah.
I visited the exhibition, Titanic exhibition.
Oh, okay.
Was very good. It was very good. They have a lot of stuff there.
Was that
from
at the
ship.
Luxor?
That's
Yeah,
the Luxor.
okay. Yeah, that's
yes.
where I stayed. It was a nice, but I
Really,
never got to.
really nice.
Yeah, it was first open when I went. I'm going back to 1997.
Yes.
So it's
they
been a while.
probably fixed a lot of
Yeah,
stuff already
yeah,
because looks like it was built now.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So, but Michelle, if you want to roll a quick couple of things, we probably can just go over. So this is on
the
Italy
Venetian?
sides.
The
Yes.
Venetian, right? Yep.
Yes. So this is, believe it or not, has the boats there.
Yeah, gondolas.
Yes. And this is a second floor.
Oh,
This is a second floor. It's beautiful. It has the right there the water.
yeah.
See?
Yeah. Oh, I see somebody there. Familiar.
Yes. So this is it's street level,
Yeah, yeah.
but is a second floor. So they have two more floors
Oh,
underneath.
wow.
But it's beautiful. Looks like you are outside.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Now, how much was that? Do you remember? Because I did do that
that
too.
it's like $40 a person.
Oh, okay. So it's a lot more.
Yeah, they
than
go around, and that actually exits outside
Yep.
the hotel.
Yeah.
Goes right on the strip. So
Cool.
this was before the show. The Matt Apple, we took a picture with the group.
How much were the shows, out of curiosity? Like the tickets, $50 a piece?
The tickets was 96, I think.
That's actually
Yeah.
better than I would have
So
thought.
this is the hotel that you stayed.
Yep.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. No,
Matter of
it's-
fact, I'm thinking about next time staying on
Staying there,
because
yeah.
it's and that's where you have the Titanic exhibition
Yeah.
too. It's over there. So it was really.
Yeah, it's more, what I found, because
So it's Paris all the way on the back.
yeah, that's a nice. See, when I went one time, I stayed at the Stratosphere, way at the
Yeah.
end, and
So
was
this
it-
is the piece that they talk around under the sea, from Titanic,
Oh, cool.
and it has a name. Look, that's Grand Canyon.
Where did
look
you
like
guys
we
get the
Mexico.
Mexican blankets? Where did you guys get the Mexican blankets? I got like probably 10 of those.
Yeah.
But,
So this is the old strip. You see
Yeah.
the cowboy there.
yep.
So that used to be a street
Yeah, it
there.
was street,
and
yeah,
they-
when I
and
went
they
down.
covered everything.
Yeah.
Looks like an inside mall now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. No,
really,
it was,
really
it was
nice.
open before when that's
Yeah.
why I was kind of. I've seen it on TV now, but when I went, it was you could just walk.
Yeah.
Cars went by, but they went really slow. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
But yeah, interesting.
No, I think that helped a lot the business over there on that strip
Yeah.
because they have a lot of things.
Yeah.
One thing that I learned too is if you want to buy gifts and stuff, wait for the old strip to go on the old strip because
cheaper.
a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. So the things on the old, the new Vegas, it's
Yeah.
very expensive.
Oh, okay.
You
Wow.
know, and
All right.
and then the old Vegas, but very interesting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Was
was that
was
your
on
first
my
trip?
bucket list.
Yep.
It was my first
Oh,
time
okay.
there.
Cool.
Was on my bucket list, and I probably will go back again to go visit
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
places
no,
that
there's
was
like-
very
yeah.
cold to go.
Yeah.
But the first time you don't have time to see everything.
No,
you
that's
know.
why I
And
went
I was
twice.
there for 5 days. I was afraid to
Oh.
book
Yeah.
longer because
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was gonna
Yeah,
just
that's-
be stuck in there. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't want to stay any longer than 5 days.
Yeah.
Go back again, but
Go
to,
back
you know what I
again.
mean? It's,
Yeah, to stay too long.
Yeah. When you went there, and like I said, I went 20 years ago. So it was like when people walking on the street still with liquor in their hands. You
Yeah,
see-
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That hasn't changed. Every casino you go into,
Yeah.
they try to give you a drink if you
Yeah,
sit down for a few minutes, and it was just weird to see people on the street with a beer
Yeah,
or whatever.
they were walking on the strip.
All right.
That's something that
Yeah.
it's not here.
Yeah,
It's
they don't do it
strange
here.
when you see
Yeah,
people
when
there.
you see
it's-
it, I mean,
you
'cause-
look, this guy's going to get arrested in here.
because that's what happened to me. You go in and it's like you can bring your drink with you, and I'm just like looking like, all right.
Okay.
Then when you see it, because we started, when you go further up and there's more casinos, you see more of it, you know. So
Yep.
cool.
So it was a good experience, and now I'm looking for the next one. It will be in May. We're going to St. Michael in May.
I noticed my
Going
friends.
back to Ponte Delgado.
I noticed my friend Joe and Bertha were on this last trip, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Joe and Berta went with us, and John.
John, I saw John
John,
too. Yep.
Yeah, Big
Yeah,
John
cool.
went with us too.
Cool.
They're not going with us to Portugal right now. And Sony and Chris,
Yeah.
they're in Brazil now.
Oh,
Because they
jeez.
have the place in Brazil.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, they went in Brazil this year.
Good for them.
But we still have so Portugal it's closed. We already finalized the trip. How many people are going? What we have still open is the cruise for Bahamas, because it's only in August.
Yeah,
so
so
we
yeah,
still
so you
have
get time.
2 or 3 months to sail those. So
Good.
so it was a good experience, and we enjoyed.
Yeah.
Around here, I had a chance to watch a couple of meetings, city meetings. City council meeting. Did you had a chance to watch city council meeting?
Yeah, I think I usually watch all of them. I'm not paying attention through the 2 hours of it, but the last one I paid attention
Yeah,
to.
because they're going now through the budget, and I think the new contract for the
For the police.
I think got signed.
Yeah, I think that did pass.
With a lot of questions not answered, but
yeah,
got
I
passed.
mean, let's face it, Carlos. In the 20 years that I paid attention, there's never enough money in the city to do anything.
Yeah.
There's never enough money to give raises. There's never enough money for this. Right now, we're kind of in a crisis with the police department. And we had, you were gone at that time. There was a meeting that was held at the church on Plymouth Avenue.
Yes.
And
It was the Monday that I left.
yeah, and it was pretty good. We had some elected officials there: Alan, Sylvia, Carol Fiola. I think Linda Pereira was there. Andrew Raposo was there. So they were, just talking about what's happening. And I asked, what can we do? And they said, everywhere they go, they're told that they don't get this kind of support from their community, so keep it up. Sort of thing. But I think that they were also looking at, increases in pay. I was kind of surprised. I asked, what is the starting pay of a police officer? And I was surprised. They said $50,000. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of money, but for everything that they're tasked to do, social worker, parent, law enforcement, I mean, they've got all these different jobs for $50,000 a year, and then the way they're treated by some people in the public, to me that's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they take their life into their hands every day. So, and we did have an individual at that meeting that just was not happy with the police.
A regular city bus driver can make that money.
Yeah. So they were, they were not pleased, and they were bringing up things that have happened, which my feeling is some of the things that have happened with like the police logs or whatever, where when you don't have enough people, what happens is things fall through the cracks. And we all knew they didn't have enough people since 2009. So, people, when things don't fall apart, then people think everything's okay. But there are things that are not going to be done if you don't have the right number of people there. But that was brought up, and a whole bunch of other things.
I bet a lot of things. I bet a lot of things that actually don't even need it to be there.
Yeah, it's
to be talked there.
Yeah, but we were just talking before this. You know what I mean? So everybody has their
own opinion. And
their own opinion of their vision of that. This lady was just, we use the term choose your audience, or like look at your audience, and she was not in the right form.
Yeah.
Because everybody was not agreeing with her.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that just shows another area that they're dealing with, that some people in the public are, how they respond to different things. And you know, people are not perfect, and if you're making 50 grand a year, to put up with that and taking a chance that anything can happen to you. You could be maimed, you could be killed, you could be brought up into an investigation that wasn't even your fault. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because everybody looks at things differently. So
and it's tough today because the jobs that you have today, that you have to deal with public, it's very dangerous jobs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, something that we could not imagine 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's things happening to people because they're trying to do their job.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know, you have somebody that don't agree with, and that's it. Here comes an investigation from there. You know, waste of money, and sometimes it's nothing. It's them trying to do their job. Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Do they have bad apples? Yes. They probably have
every
few
occupation
bad apples.
does. Every occupation.
Like every profession.
Yeah.
You know, every job you work with, every person that you work with, you're gonna have a couple of people that you don't like, you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So, but one thing that that I hope that they never lose is that connection with the community, and that connection, the support that they get from the community, because it is. We're very lucky, and our department is very lucky to have the support that they've been having all this time.
I agree.
Now, I would like to add one more thing, because neighborhood groups has a lot to do with that support that the officers have today.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see a disconnection between the city and the neighborhoods, which give the force the support.
Yeah.
You know, we lost the connection with the 6th floor. It's been like almost 2 years that we don't meet. So they give, if administration give neighborhood groups the support, the neighborhood groups passes that support to the service, to the people that are actually doing the job, okay? And I'm starting to see that disconnection and losing it.
Yeah, and you're probably right, because it's different. Let's face it, we've also had, you know, more people move in. So we gained, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 people. You know what I mean? You got to get them connected somehow, and when people are new to an area, it takes a while for them to get involved as well.
Especially if they come from areas that they are not connect with their police force.
Yeah.
You know, so they're trying to bring that to here, and they've been facing with the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, and people telling, no, that's our office in here, don't work like that. They don't. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
I know what you mean.
It's a tough. It's very tough. I just hope that we don't disconnect for sure.
Yeah.
You know, with the partners, because
it's gonna. I mean, everything that's going on in the world, it's gonna have to come back to a point. You know what I mean? We've gone way too far on this side. And you know, we're getting our butts beat by China and Russia right now. And let me tell you, if you're in China and Russia, just by what I see, you know, looking at different things, they're not going to care if, you know, you're doing something wrong. They haul you, you get hit, whatever. That's how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're up here on us. I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know, you just never know. So, anyway.
I watched. We have 5 minutes, and we probably will go more in detail the next show about a meeting that I watched, and that was from the tourism.
Okay.
Economic and tourism. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was painful. I
didn't see that.
It was
I didn't see it. Yeah.
It's painful because, you know, you have these people in there that did that. That this organization, that it's a brand new organization that tried to do the winter
carnival,
whatever they did on Kennedy Park.
Yeah. Okay.
the hoops they had to jump to get that.
Yeah.
And it's funny when the administration and the city administrator goes there and try to tell them, well, we're working on it for 9 months.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, you know how many years how many times I already went and speak in front of the city council, say, this city is not.
It's not friendly.
It's not friendly for events for the community. They make it very difficult for events for the community. We run back and forth with the paper to be signed for here, for there. So how many times I already went in front of the city councils and I already talked to shows, I already talked to city people about having one folder with all the documents we need. Okay, so why it's taking 9 months and they're still in discussions about? To me,
this is nothing new, especially with like the park board. I did see a bit of a park board meeting where people are talking about this, and it's always like no. That's always like the first response, no, all the time. You know, and it's like, well, what can be done toward it? There's not any kind of like, yes, let's try to make this work. It's automatically no. And now the park board is the one that does that. They're the ones that should be doing this. That's the park board. Aren't you supposed to be doing things with the parks?
Well, that's an entitled other problem.
Okay.
That park board is an entire other problem. Now I'm saying is, when you need to do an event, they want to know if you're going to make food, they want to know this, they want to know that. Then you have to go and get a signature from this department, from that department, from that department. So for the city to make it this easy, I think let's make it every Monday, first Monday of the month, at 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5, we will have at the table all the head departments. If you are making an event and you need a permit, attend this meeting. I will have all the head departments there, and you will be informed, and all your paperwork will be signed there at that day. Okay? So why taking 9 months to do that? It's
well, it's taken 30 years.
You know, I mean.
So you think it's going to change?
And we have to
months?
come back to this because you know that made me very, very, you know. And again, people are trying to invent the wheel when the wheel is already there rolling for years. That makes me so aggravated. You won't believe. So next week we're gonna talk about this meeting, and I will ask you if you could watch the show, so we actually.
All right.
So you know what I'm talking about, and you know, and we can have a discussion.
It's painful, so you want me to watch it?
Yes, please. Make sure you have your sunglasses, so you don't stick your fingers on your eyes. Okay.
All right.
So with that being said, we're gonna thank you everybody for watching our show again, and we're gonna roll out. Thank you, John. Again, it was a pleasure
thanks,
coming
Carlos.
back and do more shows with you.
No problem.
I'm sure you're looking for it.
Have a good night now.
Have a good night.